Lead a one-man revolution from your armchair, talking cliches to listeners that aren't there. You call it warfare, but your wars aren't fair. If they were, there'd be suicide bombers in arms fairs.
YouTube, salute. This is my episode 7 recap of the Wu-Tang and American Saga. The title of the episode is called Box in Hand. Box in Hand is the 8th track off Ghostface first solo album, Iron Man, that came out in October 1996. The album went platinum. So let's start it off. So Shotgun, aka Method Man, they show a flashback scene of him being kicked out of his auntie's house for beating up his cousin. And she asked him to go to his grandma to move back in due to the fact that he's, not being what she wants him to be as far as respecting her house, because he beats her son up. So they're like, I can't deal with this. And it also shows Shotgun playing lacrosse in school. So you can tell right now this episode is focused on Shotgun's childhood. It's showing his childhood of how when he was a child, teenage years, how did he get to Staten Island? So that's what it's focusing on. Moving from that scene, Shotgun is walking down the street in the present day. He sees Linda, Sherry, Bobby, Divine, like the family. There's a U-Haul truck outside their house, and he's like, what's going on? They moving? So he sees Bobby. Bobby said, no, my mom, my sister, and my younger brother are moving to Ohio. I'm staying here by myself. And he's like, wow. So he's just kind of shocked, like, damn, he thought, they was leaving. So Dennis is hurt because he's going to be missing Sherry. Sherry is hurt. She wants to stay. Linda is just doing this because she feels that Jerome's selling her this dream about Ohio and stuff, and everything's going to work out. Bobby keep with his dad, because that's what Jerome wants. He said he wants his son in his life. So he understands that. Dennis, he puts a note in Sherry's diary to let her know, hey, there's something I want to know, but he hides it in one of the moving boxes. At this time, Divine talks to Jerome about going to a job interview, and Linda tells everybody, her sons, Dennis, Shotgun, y'all be safe, don't get into trouble, but make the best out of life out here. The next scene, you see Gary, aka Jizza, goes into a clothing store, and he sees Big Daddy Kane and Shantae and goes berserk. Like, he's just, so hyped to see them. So a manager calms him down and takes Gary into his office and lets him know, hey, do you have something for me? He said, I like your demo. So he shows him Bobby's demo, and the manager is feeling it. To the next scene, Dennis is talking to Divine. Divine went into a job interview and got the job to be a janitor. So Divine is telling Dennis that, yes, I got a job, yada, yada, yada. And Dennis is being slick of asking Divine about, did the family made it to Ohio yet? Have you heard from Sherry? Is she's going to finish high school? He's just trying to be very slick about, his approach, because he cares about Sherry so much. Divine leaves the park because he sees the supervisor coming out the building, and he just like, what, I gotta go. Moving on to the next scene, Bobby meets up with Shotgun at Hayes Candlelight Visual and tells him about his cousin, Gary, Genius, played his demo for a manager, giving Shotgun some good news about meeting up with him that night. He's going to meet up with him and say, you can come with me because we're going to perform at a club, and there's going to be a lot of executives from record labels there, so we get to, put our thing on the stage. We get to do what we need to do to show them who we are. So Shotgun at this time is reminiscing of how his grandmother told him that his mother wants Shotgun to come live with her in Staten Island. So he's still having these flashback scenes. Shotgun and Bobby, they go to the club to meet with Gary and the manager about performing in front of some executives. Dennis goes to Bobby's house and sees Shotgun on the couch Dennis is irate about Bobby slacking and not putting him first and putting like the things they need to do is selling weed in the park. Bobby like, "Lo, this is my chance, you know, to do this to, to get a record deal." But Dennis is like, "Whatever, man. We got to make this money. Like we was doing this for our families. What's going on?" So to the next scene, Bobby and Shotgun are walking down the street and they got to figure out some stage names. Shotgun said the two names he have is Johnny Blaze, and Hot Nicks. Hot Nickels, y'all, those Method Man's AKA names. Bobby said he likes the name Rakim, which is, RZA's one of his alias names, Rakim, because he heard the 5%ers mention that name in the park and he, that resonated with him. So we get to the next scene. They get to the club. Bobby performs on stage while Gary and Shotgun are backstage, happy about the feedback the audience is giving Bobby on stage. Shotgun has another flashback scene working with his uncle at a construction site. A white supervisor doesn't like the idea that Anthony is teaching Shotgun how to work, and he is actually telling Anthony, "You need to go home and get this kid out of here." Anthony goes to the higher supervisor, and the higher supervisor said, "You need to get out of here. We only gave you a chance. You're always messing up." So at this time, he goes back into reality. He snaps out the flashback. So Shotgun, he just happy, like, okay, cool. So they tell Shotgun, it's time for you to get on stage. So Shotgun, he gets on stage and he wrecks shop. He does what he needs to do. The crowd is feeling it. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's loving it. So that's another good thing. So from there, Gary, Bobby, and Shotgun celebrate when they get when Shotgun gets off stage. Then you go to the next scene, which is Divine is working at his new job, and the shampooer stops working. He gets frustrated. He doesn't like this. Like, I can't stand this job. This is irritating me. Then you see some record executives from Tommy Boy, RCA, and Spring Records. You also see Steve Rickham there. He talks to Bobby, about different, opportunities and what they can do for him. Now you see an executive talking to Shotgun about he could be the next Father MC, but also telling him about he can talk about selling drugs and doing time on the street, doing time in jail and being on the streets. Shotgun telling him like, "Don't talk to me about that because that's not my lifestyle. I've never been to jail. I got a clean record." So you can already see this negative stereotype that a white executives put on black people. And this is at this time in 1991. It's like, no, that's not me. So Shotgun gets upset. He knocks and breaks all the glass on the table in the club. Then he is escorted out by security for doing that. So that was something that, he just did not want. Like, hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm not selling myself out for nobody. I don't give a damn who it is. So at this time, Bobby, he goes meet up with Shotgun and ask him about the incident in the club, but Shotgun didn't want to talk about it. But Bobby tells Shotgun that he met with Tommy Boy Records and they want to actually sign him and make him do a single. So Bobby is just, he's happy, but at the same time, the manager doesn't want Shotgun a part of the deal or nobody else. They feel like that's too much, having too many men in the crew. So they just want Bobby by himself because they don't like Shotgun attitude. Bobby also tells Divine the good news about Tommy Boy Records. Divine is shocked but happy that Bobby has the opportunity to make it because he really feels that this is like a gamble with your life. Everybody doesn't make it to be in the music industry. So he's looking like, okay, well, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, but I can't stop your dreams. So we get into another flashback scene with Shotgun. It shows police officers arresting his uncle Anthony at his grandmother's house, and they found drugs. They find drugs, and at the time, they tell the grandmother, "Who drugs are these?" And then they wanted to take Shotgun and call Child Protection Services because he's a minor at that time. In the flashback scene, she's like, "No, he lives in Staten Island. He's going back to his mother's house." So they let him go. They said, "Kid, go back home. Go back home." So at the time, it is what it is. So the manager and Bobby are at a record store, and they're looking for records for Bobby to sample. Bobby tells the manager, "Hey, this is what's going on. I can produce and I can, make beats." And the manager's like, "No, we just need you to rap. You don't worry about making beats." And rappers don't produce. They just do one thing. It's either a producer or a rapper. So you can tell Bobby doesn't like that. It makes him feel funny. So he picks out the record he wants to use for the studio session so they can record. So they end up making a song called "We Love You, Rakim." "We Love You, Rakim" came out in 1991. That was from RZA's that was his first track he recorded when he was with Tommy Boy Records. So you see another scene, Sherry, she has her diary. The note falls out her diary that the one Dennis put in there, and she is so happy that she found a note and she sees that Dennis says he cares for her, he loves her, he misses her. So it just brings her joy knowing that the love is the same on both ends. So from the last scene, 1 month, it goes to 1 month later, Shotgun goes into a record store and Shy is there, aka Raekwon. They're looking at records, they see each other from a distance, but it is what it is. Shy comes across a record, and it's Bobby's new single on vinyl. He tells Shotgun to come over there, "You need to check this out." And when Shotgun sees it, he like, "What the hell?" Bobby like, this can't be you. Because on the record, it shows him with some women behind him. It's like, "Bobby, you selling out? Because I thought we was hip hop. This is not you." And that's how the episode ends. My take on this episode is picking up now. Now it's picking up. It's getting better and better. You see what's going on. You see the characters, their arc is growing, but you also see the record labels now being introduced. You see the start of what Wu-Tang had to go through before they got signed. It wasn't all peaches and cream. So that's one thing I'm glad they're actually showing us how it all really started instead of just fast forwarding right to how they made it. They're really giving us this time of this evolution of everything they went through. So this was another great episode. We got 3 more episodes left until the end of season 1. So post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther, the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you'd like to support and donate to my channel, I have Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, peace.